Well, and I think also a lot of people look at a hoof. You know, you have many different style of designer trim, whether it's farriery or barefoot, and yeah, you know, it's not a question of attacking one versus the other, but I think no one is really addressing really what the foot needs, given what the horse is asked to be doing and what we're breeding again. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, Mike was saying the horses, because they didn't work in the winter, or not work hard. So, you know, now we don't have that. So we're putting constraint on hoofs that we never used to do that. And, you know, I think it's something that needs to be addressed. And I was saying before, the horses are bred for one purpose only, you know, either a roper, either a jumper, either that. So they're very different in conformation. You know, they're not a well-rounded animal anymore.
Well, and people don't believe in cross-training anymore.
No,
right? So it's very much, you know, this is what we're doing, so we're only going to train in that. Like, I've come to barns, let's say, where they're jumpers, and I'm like, the horse doesn't have any lateral motion. They're like, it doesn't need it. It goes over the jump. Great. Don't touch it. I'm like, okay, don't touch it. So there is that concept of, you know, like people that train for barrel racing that only ever do that pattern. And I'm like, well, you're kind of creating a really sheared horse here. You might want to try something a little different, like a straight line, you know, to help your horse get better balance. But for me, I guess it's always amazing, like, that we know so much now, right? Because, I mean, we really, if you think about in the last sort of 20 years, our concept and our understanding of tissue properties, mechanics, we know so much, but, like, when you go out in the field, you're like, where is all this information? I feel the same with what I do, right? Like, we know better, but why aren't we doing better?
Well, I think, you know, it's basically we're doing strange things with horses, you know, and the horse is livestock. I mean, that's one thing you should never forget, that they are bred in a lot of countries for food. You know, our horses, when they don't work, even we don't eat horses in America, I mean, North America, in a lot of countries, when they don't work, they're sold to the meat market, you know, and so, you know, it's still, the horse has a strange status because, yes, we love them. There's a lot of wonderful ink about the horse.
Yeah, but it's still property. You can do whatever you want. You can do what,
and it's not necessarily, you know, like beating horses. It's probably more insidious in some ways because it's completely accepted. When your horse cannot do the job anymore, you resell it and buy a new one, you know, that can do the job better. And the horse kind of get trickled down to, you know, I read somewhere, and I can't be quoted quite, I don't know where it came from, but horses change at least six owners during their lifetime. So, you know, it's also hard to know what works or doesn't work for a horse when they keep changing hands, you know. So I think there is a paradigm shift that needs to happen about, you know, how we treat horses. Because either
where do we draw the line?
I don't know. Well, ask Mike. He's going to answer.
No, I was just thinking, you said 6 owners in a lifetime. How many farriers do you think they have in a lifetime?
Yeah.
If every farrier trim, there's no standard, so they think there is. But if every farrier trim is a little bit different, that's a different information they're sending to the soft tissue.
Right, so that's what I said.
Horses need to be adjusted to the trimmer.
Right.